Hello, all the future officers. Myself Drishti Goyal, and I'm here with yet another episode of SSBCrack Talks. There's a great saying that army is not a job; it's a way of life. Many believes in this, but there are very few who are ready to give away their everything to join army. So today we are going to talk with one such candidate who is currently studying at IIT Kharagpur and is all set to leave IIT to join army very soon. So let us welcome Mr. Tin Chakma, who is AIR-19 for TES 48th course and is going to join OTA Gaya within 15 days and is here with us to share his journey of SSBs, who has cleared returns, who has cleared NDA returns, who has cleared JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, and is finally going to join the army. So let us welcome him and listen to his story with his own words. Okay. Hi, Tin Chakma. How are you?
Hi, Drishti. I'm absolutely fine. You tell me.
Yeah, I'm also fine, and many congratulations. You are going to get into OTA Gaya through TES entry. How are you feeling about your success?
I'm actually feeling great here. The journey has been very difficult and the struggles were real. And when after doing all these things, you get the fruit of your hard work, it's really a satisfying feeling.
So you have not even cleared it. You are also AIR-19. How you felt after getting that rank, and how was the reaction of your family members and friends?
To be very honest, I didn't expect this rank. I was like, since I got recommended, there are 90 seats and I should be in the top 90 ranks. And that's all I expected. But when the merit list came, it was on 30 November and that was my birthday itself. And
Okay.
somehow I felt like the universe is throwing signs that no, this is the thing that you have to pursue. And it was a great feeling. My parents were very proud of me, but my mom on the other side, she was a bit worried because actually my parents don't want me to go to the army. They're like a bit worried for my life because the life in the army is very risky all the time. And my friends, they were too happy, and everyone congratulated me on social media. They called me and then things like that.
Okay. So as you said, your parents weren't in favor of you joining army. And on the same part, you have already enrolled in IIT Kharagpur. That has been a dream college for many. So from where you got this instinct that you're ready to like leave this top college and wanted to get into army then also? From where you get that motivation?
See, IITs and the Indian Army, joining the Indian Army as an officer, these two things are like very prestigious for the country. These two institutions have always served the nation whenever required, and they're like the best of the best in the fields. And it's about your choice. Army is a way of life, and IIT. If I stay in IIT, it's like you know being in the civilian world. Which so the choice is yours. I chose the army life, so I'll leave this institution IIT Kharagpur soon, and I'll join OTA Gaya.
Okay. So you're going through TES entry. Can you tell our viewers about the TES entry? Because many people are not even aware what is this technical entry scheme of army is.
Exactly. Even here in IIT, everyone congratulates me saying that okay, you got into NDA, right? And I was like, no. I have to explain each and everyone that TES, it's like it's parallel to NDA, but in the technical field. So
Right.
we're going to be technical officers, and TES, also called the technical entry scheme. It's selection उनके लिए होता है जो 10+2 से आते हैं in PCM. And for the shortlisting to SSB, you have to appear for JEE Mains, and your 12th board marks are seen. तो उसके basis पे आपका shortlisting होता है for SSB interview.
Right. So already you have cleared NDA as well, ना? आपने NDA भी clear किया, आपने JEE भी clear किया. So how you managed your studies at that time that you were able to parallelly go for your boards as well, for JEE also, and cleared NDA as well? So what was your schedule regarding your preparations?
Actually, my boards were in the year 2021. I'm a dropper. I took a drop for IIT especially. And so if you're preparing for IIT, then आपका NDE का तो maths and physics, chemistry सब निकल जाएगा easily. For the English part, I have been a good student all these years, so I think वो भी easily हो गया. and general knowledge and all that. For that, I used to read newspapers, the Hindu preferably, and yeah, मेरा GK भी ठीक था, history वगैरह, so easily हो गया. I didn't prepare much for that, but it just went like that.
Okay. So already जैसे मैंने बताया कि आपका NDA clear है and your first SSB was for your NDA attempt where you got screened out. So how you took
Yeah.
that screening out in your first attempt and how then you bounced back and finally got recommended in your very second attempt?
Just getting screened out from NDA, it's the hardest feeling in the world. You know, you go there with so much of expectations. Like at least you will stay there for 5 days. ऐसा आपका रहता है mindset कि आप at least testing procedure देख के आओगे. But my first attempt था at NSB Visakhapatnam for NDA 148. I got screened out, and the simple reason was it was my first SSB attempt, and I got pretty nervous when the testing procedure started. So उसकी वजह से, and in the PPDP also मैं narration नहीं कर पाया ढंग से, and then in a group discussion I couldn't speak much when I got even when I got a chance. So उसकी because of nervousness and lack of confidence. But it's not like कि पहले से ऐसा है मेरा. I have been pretty confident. I participated in debates, public speaking. I've done anchoring in school. So उस दिन पता नहीं क्यों मैं nervous हो गया and I got screened out. And you know, while coming out of NSB Visakhapatnam, this in the main gate is this line written quality only, and that hurts so much that you are not in that category of people who are capable of even going for stage 2 testing. But then yeah, I thought the next time I'm coming here, then I'll definitely make it. That was it.
Okay, so what was the time difference between your first and second SSB, and what changes in yourself you made before you go for your second SSB?
Okay, so my first attempt was on 8th March for ND 148, and then this TES 48, it was from October 18th. So it was a huge difference. And I used to read a lot about geopolitics and international relations because it was also kind of one of my hobbies. I didn't read it from the perspective of clearing SSB, but from learning from it. You know, I've always been passionate about all these things, current affairs, geopolitics, and international relations, and that has helped me a lot in the SSB interview. I can say for sure. So, and for the screening process, I went through some of the OIR from Google and some of the PPDP pictures as well. I practice myself.
Okay, right. So you belong to Northeast, right? And
Right.
going for SSBs, it is very less percentage, and you might be feeling like it is difficult for you to get mingle up with people over there. Something of that sort happen, and if yes, then how would you like to suggest people from the Northeast so that they can keep up with their confidence in the SSBs and cut over with the screening process and the entire SSB?
Okay, so for me personally, it wasn't like that because I have always been in mainland India all my life. I've been in different places. My dad is a government official, so he has been transferred all, like in different places, like Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Mumbai, and so mingling up with people and mixing up easily, it's not a problem for me. But for the people from Northeast, my dear friends, just take it easily. The world has moved to a time when racism and all these things are to a very minimal level. So especially people from Northeast these days do not face these issues as far as I can say for myself. And be confident, talk to people.
Basically, talking is the key, right? How much you will
Yeah,
be able to mingle up with them, they will also be accepting towards you, right?
exactly.
Okay, now coming upon to your actual SSB, which happened at Bhopal, I guess, right?
Yes, 21
Yeah.
SSB Bhopal.
Okay, what was the thing you liked about that SSB and SSB center, and what will be the suggestions for those who will be going to appear for Bhopal in their upcoming SSB?
The best part about SSB Bhopal is the mess food. It's delicious. And talking about 21 SSB, the all the officers, the interviewing officer, the GTO, and the psychologist, all of them were very, very friendly, too humble, and I couldn't expect more from them. All the employees there as
Okay.
well are like too cooperative, and they are always ready to help you in case of any difficulty.
Right. Okay. Especially for TES entry, can you tell us about some specific documents that a candidate need to carry and he must carry them?
The main documents are your 10th and 12th mark sheets and the application letter of TES. Plus, there will be some extra documents which will be mentioned in the call of instructions. So you just have to go through that and fill up those documents.
Okay. Now coming up onto your again screening part, what type of pictures were shown to you in screening and how did you practice writing the story of your own? Like I know that you have not taken any coaching and people nowadays believe कि coaching के बिना तो नहीं होता. So how did you keep that confidence in you कि नहीं होगा and how you prepare for that part?
Firstly, I've always strongly believed, especially after my first attempt at SSB, that SSB is a test of your personality. No matter how much you coach for it, you cannot fake your personality in front of the assessors. So I had that self belief in me कि मेरा पहले से अच्छा रहा है स्कूल लाइफ all my life, तो मैं कर लूंगा. And in the pictures, the picture shown to us was a bloody picture जहाँ पे there were 3 to 4 main characters, 2 boys and 2 girls standing, and they were like celebrating something. They were in formals, I guess, and there was one more person behind some wall backside me. It was a side character, I believe, who looked like the main character's sister. तो मैंने उस पर स्टोरी बनाया कि these are friends who took a year drop for IIT JEE. And after so much of rigorous preparation and hard work, they finally succeeded and their results were out. That's why they were out there celebrating their success, with which they did with flying colors. And that girl behind was the main character's sister, who was getting a taste of life and getting to know how it feels like to be, achieving something so big. So that was my story.
Okay, and was there any kind of fish market situation in your GD generally which happens? और अगर हाँ तो आपने उस टाइम पे कैसे टैकल किया उस सिचुएशन को?
Since I was a screen out last time, तो अभी हमारे ग्रुप में सब screen outs हैं. So I noticed कि just जो screen outs है, they are not so good at narration and discussion. तो उनको देख के मेरा confidence अलग level पे up हो गया कि no, I can do much better. So my narration was good and DD भी अच्छे से गया. Fish market was there initially, but then I led the group. There was one guy who was not willing to cooperate. So I just said, okay, our motive is to come to a common conclusion. So let's just give the lead to chess number 108. And that's how we came to a conclusion. And yeah.
Okay, basically when somebody was listening to you, you listened to him. Right.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now talking about the stage two, you know that after stage one, there is a lot of documentation which takes place, है ना? And you are asked to fill this PIQ form, which is very important. So what was your mindset while filling the PIQ form, and was you prepared for that, or is it on the spot you got it?
Again, for me, everything was on the spot and the PIQ as well. In the hobbies I wrote that I love reading about geopolitics and international relations. And I expected questions from that, and it was like that only. And somebody told me, like he was from JCO, I guess. He told me that if you're feeling something like you play cricket or you have held this position of responsibility of being this house captain, you should have certificates for that. So I immediately called up my dad and asked for all the certificates that I've got, and yeah, that's how it went. And PIQ is like you have to fill the same form 3 or 4 times like that for all the different
Yeah.
assessors.
Okay. So about stage two, right? Abhi actual process starts from stage two, है ना? Including your psych, your GT, and your personal interview. So which was the best task for you in the entire SSB over there?
I believe it was the personal interview. I
Okay,
enjoyed
so
it a lot.
right. So we'll start with the
And
personal interview only.
okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so personal interview, especially for TES entry, there it is expected that many technical questions will be asked, especially from physics, chemistry, mathematics. Right? Was there the case with you as well? And if yes, so what type of questions were there from the technical background?
I believe since I had a very good academic record from like In 10th standard, I had 92.4%. In 12th standard, I had 92.8%, and I had cracked IIT JEE. I was going to join IIT Kharagpur back then. So I think the assessors ruled out of asking any technical questions. I was only asked about service-related questions a lot, and geopolitics and all that, and also my personal questions as well about my
Okay,
personal life.
so any particular area where you are not able to answer comfortably? And if yes, then how did you handle it?
Yeah, that was about my family and friends. So they were very, the SSR are really smart. My interviewing officer was Brigadier Saab, वो हमारे 21 board के ही president थे. And there was one additional interviewing officer, Sardar ji, he was a colonel.
Mm-hmm.
तो पहले तो ब्रिगेडियर साहब ने पूछा कि I told them that no, my parents don't want me to send to the army. So उन्हें पूछा कि what if we recommend you, and then your father says go with continue with the IIT and don't go to the army. What will you do? I said okay sir, I'll convince him with the best of my convincing power. And then he was like no, he's not willing to listen to you. What are you going to do? I was like so I'll convince him with whatever strength and resources I've got. He's like no, he's not listening. So what are you going to do? I finally said कि if dad is not allowing, then maybe I have to listen to him because he's the head of the family. So he was like, but it's your life, your choice. Why are you not following your dreams like that? But मैंने उनको कहा कि since dad is not allowing, then there's nothing much I can do. And थोड़ी देर बाद फिर कर्नल साहब ने same question पूछा, and I said कि I'll convince him with all the resources that I've got by telling my mom and all that. So इसमें I think थोड़ा सा contradiction हो गया कि मैंने पहले बोला मानना पड़ेगा, then said कि मैं नहीं मानूंगा, but the rest was fine.
Okay, but basically in both the answers you were convincing. No, he said when he will not get convinced, तब क्या करोगे? तो वो तो again extreme case he gave, so I don't think it was contradictory. Right. Okay. Now regarding your this IIT part, है ना? He might have asked you questions regarding IIT as well कि क्यों छोड़ रहे हो? है ना? You're already into an established college or you are going to join it. तो फिर वो part कैसे handle किया आपने?
They asked me, so if we recommend you, what are you going to choose? I directly told them that if I get recommended, then it's definitely I'm going for TES because I've always been passionate about the army. I've grown up watching movies like Border and LOC Kargil, and I believe that has inspired me a lot. But that was just the first step towards getting inspired. After that, I did all the research and how the officers are treated by their men, the facilities they get, the respect, the way of life, and all that. So
Okay.
that's why I'm going to choose the army any day, all time.
Okay. And what type of questions related to army were asked?
Okay, uh, they asked me, so how many wars have India fought? And each and every question I answered with a lot of details. So I like started counting all of them. 1947 Kashmir War, then 1962 Sino-Indian War, then 1965 again for Kashmir War, 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, and 1999 Kargil War. So I said, so total 5 wars India has fought till now. And then they asked me through TES entry, which corps or regiment are you going to join? I said,
Right.
through TES, we generally join the corps of engineers or the corps of signals or EME. Then they asked me, what will be your preference? I said, sir, since I'm going for through TES entry, then I like to join the corps of engineers because I'll be able to help them with the best of my abilities, of my technical knowledge, and all that. And but after that, I'll try for para, and if not possible, I'll go for the Rashtra Rifles.
Okay.
And one more question was asked about the latest weapon procurements of the Indian Army. So since this had particularly about Indian Army, I had to eliminate that INS Vikrant and all that. I thought of the S-400 air defense systems, which India is going to purchase from Russia. 3 of the systems have already been purchased, and 2 are left to be purchased, I believe. And not so sure about the figures, but I think it's somewhere close to it. And also we
Mm-hmm.
are also going to produce the AK-20 series rifles in a joint venture along with Russia. and they will be manufactured in a place in northern Uttar Pradesh. And I think they were satisfied with my answers.
Okay, so basically, current related questions are more asked, right? And
Yeah.
regarding your choices.
Yes, and a
Okay.
lot of questions from geopolitics were also asked. Very tricky questions.
As you mentioned that it was your area of interest. So, were you able to answer all the questions regarding geopolitics?
Yeah, almost all except one. Like he asked me, what are the bordering countries of Ukraine? And I said, one is Georgia, which is not the case. Georgia borders Russia from the south, and I said Belarus and Hungary, and I couldn't name all of the countries, but
Okay.
that was that was one which I couldn't answer.
So basically, क्रश केस अगर आपने अपने PIQ में कुछ लिखा है, so you should be 100% sure about it, and you can be asked multiple questions regarding that. तो उसके लिए आप सोच समझ के लिखना अगर आप कुछ लिख रहे हो तो, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Now coming up onto your psych part, है ना? Many people are afraid कि psych में क्या होगा? Like we will tackle this interview, we'll do the GT part, but psychology is something which people are generally skeptical about. Because पता नहीं है क्या होगा, कैसे assess कर रहे हैं, है ना? कितना सारा वो लिखना पड़ता है, whether even they will be able to write it all along for 2 hours or not. तो आपने preparation कैसे की थी psych के and overall how it went for you?
Firstly, man, your PIQ, that is the personal information questionnaire, forms the basis for your personal interview as well as the psych. तो आप उसमें जो लिख रहे हैं उसके बेसिस पे आपको टेस्ट किया जा रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बिकॉज आई सेड आई रोड अबाउट जियो पॉलिटिक्स एंड इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस, तो मेरे स्टोरीज भी ऐसे ऐसे ही थे थोड़े थोड़े. लाइक उनको आई थिंक समझ में आ गया था कि दिस गाय इज लाइक रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट फील्ड. तो इन द फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन द थीमेटिक परसेप्शन टेस्ट मैंने 12 के 12 स्टोरीज लिख डाले ऑन द स्पॉट. I didn't take any preconceived ideas with me to the SSB board. मैं सब the fresh mind कहता है, with an open mind. Just that I knew about the testing procedure, क्या क्या आएगा and what do they expect from us. So आपको 30 seconds के लिए वहाँ पे picture देखने को मिलता है and you get 4 minutes exactly to write the story. So your writing speed should be very high, very अच्छा होना चाहिए आपका writing speed, है ना? Otherwise you will not be able to complete all the tasks in the site. So that is one thing. And आप थोड़ा vocabulary language वगैरह practice कीजिए so that you can write well in the psych. And the rest is your how you think, वही आप लिख के आएंगे. You can't change it much.
Okay. So okay, TAT तो generally हो जाता है. VAT and SRT people don't practice much. और उसके वजह से they are not able to complete it in within the given time. तो किस टाइप के वर्ड्स आपको दिखाए गए थे and were you able to complete it or not?
In word association test सारे complete नहीं हुए थे, but I had done pretty much well. And काफी काफी tricky words देंगे आपको because they are checking कि आप पॉजिटिव वे में सोचते हैं या नेगेटिव वे में सोचते हैं या काफी अजीब सा मेंटेलिटी आपका. फॉर एग्जांपल देयर वाज दिस वन वर्ड मर्डर. अगर आप अभी लिख देंगे कि माय फ्रेंड मर्डर्ड दिस पर्सन, सो यू हैव गॉट अ वेरी नेगेटिव psychological thinking, you know. So for that word you should write something like कि the murderer got convicted by the court of law, something like this. Yeah, कुछ meaningful sentence. Same goes for SRT जहाँ पे काफी tricky situations दिया जाता है आपको. One of the situations was कि there is this one friend of yours who is harassing someone, or and in spite of you telling him not to do so, he is not listening to you and continue to do so. Something like this was there. So I read कि I'll try to stop him and persuade him not to go for the wrong path with everything with all the things that I can do. And अगर वो नहीं मानता है then I'll just beat him up. So that's what I wrote.
Okay, so basically you need to stop him somehow, right? When you know something is wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what about SDT? अभी आपको पता है कि SDT के questions are already out. This is the only task in your entire SSB that you can prepare beforehand. तो वो आपने लिखा कैसे था SDT अपना खुद से?
Self description actually मेरा पूरा हो ही नहीं पाया था. I kept on writing and the time went out. So लेकिन I started with whatever the first thought came, and ऐसे ही चला SDT. जहाँ पे लोग prepare करते हैं मैं वहाँ पे prepare नहीं कर पाया, so my case was completely different.
Okay, so did you think that could have been lacking point, like आपको prepare करना चाहिए था, ऐसा लगा आपको वहां जाने के बाद?
Definitely, वहाँ पे prepare करता शायद मेरे marks और ज़्यादा बढ़ जाते.
Okay, so you would have been the first, second, or third ranker, most probably.
Maybe, who knows.
Right. So SDT or something like it is for the viewers. You should prepare your SDT at least once. आप एक बार लिख लोगे तो आप easily वहाँ पे लिख पाओगे. Otherwise, it won't be complete. You won't be able to complete it over there, right? नहीं हो पाता एकदम से first thought को आप लिखना पड़ेगा. Right. Okay. Now talk about the GT. Right. So GT is something which is very interesting. है ना? You are going to go on the ground. There will be indoor task as well. Mixture of pretty much everything. So which was the best task in your 9 GT task series, and which was there which you could have improved but उतना अच्छा नहीं हो पाया?
Overall, GT is very very interesting for the candidates. They get very enthusiastic. बहुत ज़्यादा जोश होता है GT के टाइम. मेरा पर्सनल फेवरेट जहाँ पे मैंने अच्छा किया GT में was lecture it, and individual obstacle भी अच्छा था. GD again GD was good. The group planning exercise went well. And in lecture it, what happened was I got 3 topics. One was something related to women empowerment. Second was related to DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. And the third was Russia-Ukraine conflict. And damn, I got it. I thought this is what I'm picking. So I went there and I knew everything about the conflict. I have read all the history from the point of view of acquiring knowledge, from not the point of view of SSB. I have been following this issue actually since December 2021. So I knew
Okay.
pretty much about everything about this. I started with the current situation and told them about its history, how it's all started. I went back to the World War II and to 1949 when NATO was formed, and to 1991 when the USSR was broken up, and then to the present situation, and then to the likely future outcome. That was my take on this. And as we all know that we only get 3 minutes for the lecture. I could have
Correct.
spoken for 10 more minutes on this topic, but it was time constraint, but it went pretty well for me.
Okay. So basically, the best part I think about your lecture was you added your own opinion in the end. Right. वहां से पता चलता है कि you do have a take whenever you're reading something. So that
Yes.
I would try to suggest to everybody that you should add your opinion in the end or in the way forward when you're ending your lecture. पता चलता है कि आप सिर्फ बोलने के लिए नहीं बोल रहे, you're actually connected to the topic, right?
That's right.
Okay. And now, as you said, your this individual obstacles also went well. Okay. Did GOR take place in your SSB? This snake race?
Yeah, that's where I messed up, the snake race. So what happens is in the snake race, they basically check your ability to work with the team. It's
Right.
not about which group is winning or which is losing. अगर कोई ग्रुप आगे निकल जाएगा स्नेक रेस में, तो दे विल जस्ट स्टॉप दैट ग्रुप एंड से कि आपने ये गलती की पीछे. सो दे विल मेक श्योर कि एवरी ग्रुप रीचेस द फिनिश लाइन एट द सेम टाइम. बट व्हाट आई डिड वाज देयर वाज दिस सिंगल वॉर टास्क. तो स्नेक को लेके मैं सबसे पहले चढ़ गया एंड आई क्रॉस द वॉल. मेरा ग्रुप पीछे रह गया. So
Okay.
I realized कि that's not something to be done there, but rest was okay. And
Okay. So
then
basically,
there
in
this,
GOR, you should be with your group every time.
yeah, and show the जोश that you have got. वहाँ पे आपको war cry अपना खुद का बनाना पड़ता है. So shout that with all the strength that you have got.
Okay. So what was the war cry for your group?
It was simple, Vande Mataram.
Okay. Right. So this war cry also keep the entire group connected, I guess, right? जब सब आप लोग एक motto, like you are shouting and everybody is feeling connected to each other and working towards the same goal.
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. And what about the command task? Now people think that command task is something where you will get pressurized, है ना? Your GTO is going to ask so many questions, so many ways to solve that कि कहीं ना कहीं you will be going to give up. तो आपके केस में कैसा था and how did you tackle it?
In the command task, I think they're not just looking for your ideas, they're also seeing how you command your subordinates. So that is important, I think. So जैसे I command task start हुआ, I called two of my friends, and then I was like, gentlemen, just come here. So we have got this task today, and please follow my instructions carefully. And that's how we started. And मुझे ज़्यादा tough command task नहीं दिया था उनने, because in the PGT my performance wasn't that good. As ये obstacles, ये बल्ली, ये rope, this is the first time I was seeing all this. पहले बस मैंने पढ़ा था and then YouTube पे देखा था. So I couldn't get much ideas, but I was a good team member in the PGT. तो उसकी वजह से command task में मुझे थोड़ा simple task दिया था. And pressure था उनका GTO का. He kept saying, commander, what is this, how is this, and but I completed the command task within the given time frame.
Okay, so basically here one myth also broke. है ना, people think that जिसको ज्यादा difficult मिलेगा command task, they will only going to get recommended. तो ऐसा भी नहीं है, right? It based upon how you are mingling up with your team, how much cooperative you are throughout your GT series, I believe, right?
That's right.
Okay, so how was the माहौल in your room day before your conference? मतलब कैसा था? And generally during the testing time as well, till 1 or 2 maximum they will test you, and after that you are free in your dorms. So what was the type of activities you guys used to do over there, and how, like, were you enjoying it or were you like reading it all along? क्या कर रहे थे आप उस time?
Just the day before conference, या पूरे 5 दिन की बात कर रहे हैं?
Day before conference भी and rest of the days as well.
Okay, rest of the days में by evening all of us were free. तो जनरली सब लोग एंटी रूम जाते थे to play कैरम and watch TV and surf the net. मैं जनरली नेट सर्फिंग करता था, या फिर to find out more about the testing procedure and the questions that I could answer in the PI. And कभी-कभी I used to play chess and all, badminton. And a day before conference, so हमें वो दिखाया गया था, मूवी दिखाया गया था in SSB
Okay.
भोपाल, just outside SSB भोपाल. It's inside the भोपाल मेट्रो स्टेशन एक्चुअली. तो वहाँ पे मूवी थिएटर भी है, तो हम लोग SSB सेंटर के बाहर ले जाके मूवी दिखाते हैं एवरी फ्राइडे और समथिंग. तो मूवी दिखा के लाए वो लोग, एंड देन बहुत मस्ती हो रही थी लास्ट डे पे. सो हम लोग जब वापस आए कि देखा कि सबके चप्पल वगैरह गायब हो गए, एंड देन वी फाउंड आउट कि टू ऑफ आवर बैचमेट्स वर जस्ट pranking us, and we had pretty much fun. And वही सब हो रहा था. So थोड़ा बहुत GPL भी, which I should mention here, but that was going on there.
Okay. And conference के पहले कैसा फील हो रहा था आपको? Like what was going on in your mind कि okay, finally the D-Day has arrived and now you will be going to get your results after the conference. तो वो कैसा था and how you tackled that type of stress over there अगर था तो?
D-Day पे काफी एक्साइटमेंट था एंड थोड़ा डर भी था. तो पहले तो मैं पूरा ब्लेजर वगैरह डाल के गया. आई मेड श्योर कि इन केस अगर पहले कुछ गड़बड़ हुआ है तो अभी एटलीस्ट मेरा अटायर, मेरा परफॉर्मेंस एंड सब सही रहे. एंड वी वर मेड टू सिट इन अ रूम जहाँ पे बिफोर द कॉन्फ्रेंस. तो वहाँ पे हमें एड्रेस करने हमारे 21 बोर्ड के प्रेसिडेंट आए, ब्रिगेडियर साहब, जिनने मेरा इंटरव्यू लिया था.
Okay.
And that was the time I realized that, okay, so this is the guy who is the president of our board. And I guess they were pretty happy with my performance, and they came and asked, so how many of you think that you couldn't perform with the best of your abilities? And I was one of the ones who raised my hand, and they're like, no, just put down your hands. Never say that you never did not perform your best, because at that time, at that moment, you did whatever you could, whatever thinking ability you have. And he gave us a motivational lecture that if you fail here today, it's not that you failed in life. SSB is particularly looking for a brand of people who are fit to be given training to become officers. It's just that the military has this particular set of requirements, and that's how we select people. So if you don't get selected today, it's not that you will not do well. Come again, prepare well, and or go to your civilian life, do well, all the best, something like that. The main idea was this. And then our conference started. So conference में there was this concept कि conference में 3 तरह के case होते हैं. One is they know that you are going to get rejected. so your conference is going to be very short. And ऐसा हुआ बहुत लोगों के साथ, just half minute, 1 minute maximum, and they were made to march out. And the second case was आप select होंगे ही, तो again आपका conference छोटा होगा, 1-2 मिनट, 2-3 मिनट. The third case was you are a doubt case. Now, before you enter the conference room, the assessors, I believe, discuss how the candidate performed. And this is the first time all the three assessors are discussing your performance.
Right.
So kuch assessors might think that you are not good enough for the army. Others might say that no, just take this guy. He has got this quality and this and that. So I thought कि since मेरा GT में overall performance इतना अच्छा नहीं है, my TI and psych was fantastic, but overall GT wasn't as good as I think I should have performed. So I thought I'll be a doubt case. तो जो डाउट केस थे उनको बाहर भी 10-15 मिनट बिठा के रखते थे, अंदर भी 10-15 मिनट बिठा के रखते थे. आई थॉट जब मेरा नंबर आने वाला था, तो आई वाज वेटिंग आउटसाइड एंड देन आई वाज जस्ट मेड टू सिट फॉर 3-4 मिनट्स. एंड आई थॉट ये क्या हो गया, इतना जल्दी बुला लिया मुझे. आई वेंट इनसाइड and as per the protocols I went in and greeted the commandant of the SSB Bhopal. I was like Jai Hind sir. And then the deputy commandant, who was also a brigadier I believe, started talking to me with a very bold and unki aankhon mein ek chamak thi. I don't know why but he was very happy to see me, I guess. Like Jai Hind Tintin, how are you doing? And my conference went on for 3-4 minutes and only basic questions were asked, like so how was your stay, which test do you think was the best for you, and where did you not perform well, and how's the food, do you have any complaints, did you mix up with your friends well, and do you have any suggestions for us? So these questions were all asked, कुछ भी technical, कुछ भी service related, कुछ भी नहीं पूछा गया. And then they said okay, you may go now. I thought no, अब आज तो नहीं हुआ मेरा, निकाल देने को. So I went out, थोड़ा सा उदास, but then when the results came out I was very surprised and happy. Definitely.
Okay, how
So
many
that's
got
how
recommended from your batch?
okay, before coming to my batch, let me tell you about the batch that reported a day before ours. It was
Okay.
on 17 October for 2022 SSB. So the reporting was 180 on day one, and only 38 got screened in. The rest were made to leave the same day. On day 5, the whole batch was washed out. No one
Okay.
got recommended from that batch. So we were very scared and skeptical. Oh no, ये क्या हो गया? अब तो इनका नहीं हुआ, हमारा कैसे होगा? And we were really scared. Yeah, शायद हमारा भी ना हो ऐसा. But then when the results came, three people got recommended from our batch. One was chest number 2, was in my group. I was chest number 7, and there was one more person who was in a doubt case, but he got recommended. So chest number 2 का तो काफी श्योर केस था, because we thought he has performed very well in the GT and उनका हो जाएगा, but मुझे मेरा बिल्कुल लगा नहीं था, and वो हो गया. जब वो सर आए थे, he was the lieutenant colonel from Army Air Defense. He called out my roll number, chest number 7. I stood up. I was like, Tin Chakma 107253. So he started by saying, Tintin, your name is so cute, and you give Chakma as well. And everyone started laughing. So,
Oh, very nice.
yeah, there was one memorable moment, and I don't know why he said that, but there might be some reason behind it. And after we
Yeah,
were
continue.
made to go out of the room, and then he came out, congratulated us, hugged us, and my friends started crying, and so much happiness that we are going to become officers. And that was my conference experience.
So all over, it was a very memorable thing for you, right?
Yeah, 21 SSB is going to be very close to my heart all my life. Even if I even if I stay here at IIT, like अभी तो जा रहा हूँ मैं, अगर मैं choose करता कि IIT में रुकूंगा, तब भी 21 SSB would have been very close to my heart.
Right. So that have given you so much memories altogether, right, for your lifetime.
Yeah. Everyone, the officers, the employees, जो हमारे CHM साहब थे, everyone was so good, and मुझे सबके चेहरे याद है, सबने क्या क्या बताया, हमें क्या क्या सिखाया, सब याद है. And I learned a lot from my mates, especially जिनको बहुत ज्यादा पता था आर्मी के बारे में. And they were too good about general knowledge because once upon a time I thought कि हाँ भाई मुझे बहुत पता है ये सब के बारे में, but then I realized कि मुझसे ही बड़े बड़े शेर है उधर.
Right. So you get to learn from your own group mates है ना and from the people around. तो वही है SSB प्रोसेस, जितना आपको आता है आप उससे ज्यादा सीख के आते हो वहां से, राइट? ओके, नाउ आई
Yes.
टॉक अबाउट योर मेडिकल्स है ना. अभी ठीक है, रिकमेंडेशन हो गया, अभी मेडिकल्स तक हम सोचते ही नहीं है जाने से पहले ना, कि पहले होता है कि हम स्क्रीन इन हो जाए, रिकमेंड हो जाए, तो मेडिकल तक वी आर नॉट थिंकिंग दैट मच. तो मेडिकल के लिए आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या प्रिपरेशन होना चाहिए एंड हाउ वाज योर मेडिकल्स एट दैट टाइम?
For the medicals, the first thing that we can do on a personal level is have a balanced diet. आप अपना हेल्थ मेंटेन कीजिए, रिड्यूस स्क्रीन टाइमिंग, फालतू के मूवीज वगैरह मत देखिए, मतलब अननेसेसरीली. ऑफ कोर्स देखना चाहिए, एंड डोंट स्क्रॉल इंस्टाग्राम ऑल द टाइम. आपका क्योंकि आईसाइट काफी बिगड़ जाता है स्क्रीन से. ईट कैरेट, हैव अ बैलेंस डाइट, एंड इफ यू फील यू हैव समथिंग लाइक नॉक नीज, सो उसके लिए कुछ एक्सरसाइज होते हैं टू गेट rid of those. You will find those videos on YouTube easily and do that, get rid of knock knees. And as far as my medicals are concerned, our SSB was over by 22nd of October. The next day was Sunday, and day after that day was Diwali. So for 2 days we were just sitting in the board, SSB board. Everywhere there were lightings except हमारा SSB सेंटर, वहाँ पे पूरा अंधेरा था, हर जगह चारों तरफ लाइटिंग. हम कुछ 10-11 लोग थे जो अलग अलग जगह से रिकमेंड हुए थे. Then we were kind of थोड़ा सा nostalgic and lonely feel कर रहे थे. But then after that the medical started, and it went pretty well. But I got one TR as well in the surgical,
ओके.
but that was not prominent. I appealed for Command Hospital, Kolkata, and it got cleared easily.
Yeah, basically this is also for the viewers to know that once you'll get a TR, you can appeal for it, right? वो आपको बताया जाएगा कि what is the process to appeal, and even if you'll get rejected in appeal medicals, you can go for the review medicals as well. So ऐसा डरना नहीं है कि मेडिकल आउट हो गए तो क्या एक बारी में कोई भी आपको मेडिकल आउट नहीं करेगा, राइट? Okay.
Yes.
Now I'll talk about your fitness and your routine. जैसे आपने बोला you had a balanced diet and everything, but to get into the GT part, everything is good, but for this individual obstacles and this GOR, some kind of physical fitness is required. So how did you maintain that physique for yourself, and what was the routine during your this SSB preparation time?
So after my IIT JEE exams were over, I got some time to prepare for this. So I used to get up early in the morning, go for a walk or a jog, come back, have breakfast, read newspapers, and read online materials, and फिर शाम को again go for a jog, and that was good enough. And I'm pretty good at doing push-ups and all these things. So उससे हो गया, बहुत ज़्यादा extra effort नहीं डालना पड़ा. But you should definitely go for jogging, at least on alternate basis, because in the snake race and the individual obstacle, your stamina is required. अब जितना होगा, especially individual obstacle में आपका stamina होगा तभी आप maximum number of tasks कर पाएंगे.
Okay, and finally, what were the hobbies of yours, like except from geopolitical? ठीक है, जिसने आपको हेल्प किया और जिसको जो आप एक्चुअली में भी करते हो टू कीप योरसेल्फ स्ट्रेस फ्री?
Apart from that, I play chess and cricket, and बाकी तो रीडिंग ही था. And I made sure कि पर्सनल इंटरव्यू मुझसे कुछ भी ना पूछे स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में. So I directly told them that I play these sports, but only to maintain my physical fitness. तो उन्होंने मुझसे स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं पूछा.
ओके.
And yeah, that's all.
सो लाइक इतना भी कुछ हार्ड एंड फास्ट नहीं है, इफ यू कैन इजीली लाइक टैकल दोस थिंग्स एज वेल. अच्छा, ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन है जो आपको नए आते थे तो आपने उनको कैसे टैकल किया?
Yeah, there was this one question कि how would you conduct a debate? And I told him the procedure to conduct an extempore.
ओके.
So उसमें एक गड़बड़ हुआ था. बाकी rest of the questions I was able to smoothly answer.
राइट. Okay, now as you've already got your joining letter and you're going to join in the within the 10-15 days. So what are your plans before joining the academy and how did you celebrate this success of yours?
मेरे को तो यहाँ पे मेरे IITians दोस्त ने पूरा लूट लिया है पार्टी ले लेके एंड
Okay.
अभी just have few days, so I think I'll go back home to Mumbai and spend the rest of the time with my family. बाकी थोड़ा सा प्रिपरेशन जॉगिंग वगैरह यहाँ पे मैं कर रहा था alternate days पे because every day it's not possible here in IIT. The life is very busy here, too hectic, and you got a lot of jobs to do. So last few days मैं family के साथ time spend करना चाहूँगा.
Okay, and okay, finally, how was SSB Crack helpful in your preparation? And what would be the suggestions you want to give to the ones who are going to appear for the very first attempt and those who have got the screened out and now appearing for their next attempt?
Firstly, this page SSB Crack has helped me a lot. I've been watching videos of this since the last 2 years. Motivational videos होते हैं, and then there are this video lectures of the recommended candidates. आज मैं खुद एक बन गया, hopefully, luckily, and for the preparation part, I would say कि आप you read a lot, be curious, have that curiosity to learn, and not just about the army, about everything in life. आपके आसपास क्या हो रहा है, आपके स्टेट में क्या हो रहा है, आपके देश में क्या हो रहा है, आपका स्कूल कैसा है, एंड बी क्यूरियस, लर्न एज मच एज यू कैन. नॉलेज विल नेवर गो इन वेन. आपका जितना नॉलेज है वो कभी ना कभी किसी ना किसी पॉइंट पे आपके लाइफ पे हेल्प करेगा ही. एंड गेन एज मच स्किल्स एज यू कैन. गो फॉर अ जॉब, लर्न स्विमिंग, प्ले विथ फ्रेंड्स, मस्ती कीजिए. एंड if you are a serious defense aspirant, I would suggest watching war and military movies like Saving Private Ryan, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, and many more, like 1917. आप वो सब भी कर सकते हैं. And believe in yourself. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है दुनिया में जो आप अचीव नहीं कर सकते हैं with your hard work and dedication. So and yeah, keep learning and keep believing in yourself.
Yeah, rightly said. And it was really very motivating to listen to the words, how you said, and the experience you had, Tintin. Thank you so much for sharing such insightful things about your SSB. And we hope you'll get all the success in your life and you'll don the uniform with that grace you have. And all the really very best for academy days, and hope you'll become the officer very soon. And thank you so
Yeah.
much again.
Thank you very much for having me here and all your kind wishes.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you.
Same here, same here. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
So I hope you all have got to learn a lot many things from the experience of Tin Chakma. And मुझे लगता है कि आप सभी को उन्हीं से सीखना चाहिए कि कैसे you can prepare and you can present yourself in SSB. And I hope all the very best to all of you. And may all of you will get recommended very soon. Have a great day. Bye bye. Jai Hind.
अगर आप एक डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट हैं और SSB इंटरव्यू, NDA, CDS, FCAT जैसे एग्जाम्स के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं तो आप SSB क्रैक एग्जाम्स के कोर्स को चेक करना ना भूलें. आप हमारी लर्निंग एप्लीकेशन को गूगल प्ले स्टोर से भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं.